Hello and welcome to lesson 35. Well done for getting to lesson 35. Now today, because it's lesson 35, it is a review lesson. So we're going to look at the language that we did in 31, 32, 33 and 34. Do you remember what we did in lesson 31? Do you remember? Okay, well, I'll give you a clue now, okay? Yes, I wanted to be an actress when I was 18. In fact, don't tell anyone, but I still want to be an actress. Anyway, okay, let's start the lesson. Right, so today, as I said, we are going to look at review language related to illnesses and treatments. That was the We're also going to do a quick review of past participles and the uses of present perfect. Okay, all right, so are you ready? Okay, here we go. Right, so first of all, I'm going to put a word on the screen. Look at the word, and I want you to think of all the anatomy vocabulary that can go with this word. Okay, so here we are. Here's the word ache. Okay, so we've got, think what kind of aches you can have. Okay, let's have a look then. So we've got headache, earache, stomachache, toothache, backache, and muscle ache. Muscle ache. So those are all the different types of aches you can have. So I hope you don't have a headache today, or earache, or stomachache, or toothache. All right. Now we're going to look at going on. Do you remember that we talked about the 4 most common illnesses? Do you remember what the 4 most common illnesses were? Have a think. Yeah, so we've got flu, a cold, migraine, and a stomach bug. Okay, and let's just do a quick review. Listen to the pronunciation of the vocabulary related to these illnesses. Okay, so we've got flu. You can have a headache. Remember the k sound. Body aches, a temperature or a fever. Weakness. You can say you have weakness or you feel weak. Muscle ache. And with a stomach bug, you have stomach ache. Again, the k sound on stomach and ache. Nausea, or the adjective is nauseous. Lots of visits to the bathroom, and a temperature or fever. Sometimes it depends. And then, as we said, the other 2 common ones are a cold. So you have either a blocked nose or a runny nose. In the next slide, I'll put a picture on, and it's got a fantastic illustration of a runny nose. Okay, you also sneeze a lot. You might have a sore throat and headache, and sometimes earache. Not usually, but occasionally you can get earache too, especially children. Okay, migraine is basically a very bad headache, an extremely bad headache, and sometimes you can have nausea and dizziness as well. So it's really horrible. Now, this is the picture I was telling you about. So here you've got all the examples of symptoms that you can have with the flu. So you can have sometimes a dry cough. So dry cough is when you really need to drink a lot of water because your throat is dry. You can have the chills, fever. What else have I got here? Wait, one moment. Runny nose. Can you see here the picture of runny nose? A headache and muscle aches. Okay, muscle aches, or you say, oh, I feel achy. So I hope you're not ill. We're going to continue. Move on with the lesson. Right, okay, so here you can see this picture of this man here is obviously suffering. So which sentence fits the picture? We've got 4 different sentences. He's got muscle ache, he's got backache, he's got stomach ache, or he's nauseous. So yes, I agree with you. Sentence 2 is the best option. He's got backache. You could say he's got muscle ache, but probably if it's a pain in your back, you say backache. In fact, backache is a very, very common condition that a lot of people have, basically because we have bad posture. Like we sit like this, so this can put pressure on your back. You need to sit straight, but with your shoulders relaxed. Yeah? So straight with your shoulders relaxed. Not like this, no. So you've got to be kind of relaxed, but straight. And also another thing that causes a lot of problems with shoulders is, for example, when you're using your phone and you're like this for a long period of time, it can cause you to get like a neck ache here, or the muscles in your shoulders can contract. So there you go. Be careful. Think about your posture. Your body is very important, not just your brain. Okay. All right, going back to, so we said this was number 2. So now, next one. Which sentence fits the picture? He's got a broken leg, he's got a broken arm, he's got muscle ache, and he's resting. Yes, I agree with you. He's got a broken leg. He's got a broken leg. Notice here we're using broken, the past participle, as an adjective. Okay, so the past participle is from break, and here you've got break, broke, broken, and it's used as an adjective. Okay, also number 4 is also true. He's resting. He is resting. So he's resting on the sofa. He is not working, not doing exercise. Really, he can't do anything, because if you have a broken leg, I mean, how awful. Okay. Well, he looks quite happy. No, doesn't he? Okay. All right. Okay, next one. Are you ready? Have a look at this picture. So we've got, he needs a massage, he needs a painkiller, he needs some medication, or he needs some cough syrup. So what do you think? I think number 1 is possible, number 2 is possible, and number 3 is in fact the same as number 2. It's just medication is a more general term. So I think number 1, he needs a massage. Number 2, he needs a painkiller. And number 3, he needs some medication. Cough syrup, number 4, no. That's for when you have a a cough. Okay, so very good. Lots of vocabulary here. I'm just going to put on the slide of treatments just to remind you of some of the vocabulary that we use when we're talking about treatments, when you have an illness and you have to have some kind of treatment. Okay, so here we go. So here you can see we've got some possible treatments. Keep warm, drink some hot water with honey, have some cough syrup, take a painkiller. You also need to use a thermometer to take the temperature. Maybe to take a painkiller, you might take it in the form of pills or tablets, okay? And you also have to drink water. Drinking water is always good, okay? Eat rice as well if you have a bad stomach. So here we are, things to keep warm. Drink some hot water with honey, take a painkiller, have some cough syrup. Okay, there we are. That's lots of different treatments you can use if you're feeling ill. But rest is always, always a good idea. Okay, right, so now I'm just going to show you, do you remember the grammar that we used when we were talking about advice for treatments? For example, you should rest, you should have a massage, you should think about your posture, you should go to the dentist, you should go to the doctors, you shouldn't smoke, you shouldn't eat a lot of fatty food, for example. Okay, so did you recognize the grammar there? Yes, you should take a painkiller and lie down. Okay, so you remember we used the modal verb should. Oh, sorry. So we used the modal verb should. And here it is what we use for giving advice. Okay, please note the pronunciation, should. And also it's a modal verb, which means it is followed by the infinitive, and the form is always the same. He should go, we should go, they should go, it should go, etc. Okay, you remembering all this? Very good, very good. Now, negative. The difficult thing about the negative, I think, is the pronunciation. So listen carefully to the pronunciation. Shouldn't. So you need that lovely sh sound. Shouldn't. Shouldn't. You shouldn't eat a lot of ice cream. You shouldn't drink wine. You shouldn't go to bed late, for example. It's a very useful word. Okay. So now what we're going to do now is a dictation. This is a good way for you to focus on pronunciation and accuracy, okay? And also we recycle vocabulary. So are you ready? Have you got your pen and your paper? Okay, fantastic. Now I will start. Okay, one moment. Right, first one. Have you ever broken your leg? Have you ever broken your leg? 6 words. Have you ever broken your leg? Next one. Have you ever broken a bone in your body? Have you ever broken a bone in your body? Have you ever broken a bone in your body? Now, a bone is, for example, you have skin and you have your bones, okay? A bone. I'll spell it for you. It's B-O-N-E. Okay. So have you ever broken a bone in your body? Next one. Have you ever seen a ghost? Have you ever seen a ghost? Have you ever seen a ghost? Next one. Have you ever eaten octopus? Have you ever eaten octopus? Have you ever eaten octopus? Have you ever driven in a foreign country? Have you ever driven in a foreign country? Have you ever driven in a foreign country? Have you ever had a migraine? Have you ever had a migraine? Have you ever had a migraine? Okay, and now we will check the answers, okay? If you want to listen again, just pause the video, go back, listen again, check your answers, okay? But now I'm going to put the answers on the screen for you. Right. So have you ever broken your leg? Have you ever broken a bone in your body? It's kind of obvious it's in your body, but have you ever seen a ghost? Have you ever eaten octopus? Have you ever driven in a foreign country? Notice the pronunciation of foreign. It has a G in it. We do not pronounce the G. Foreign. Have you ever had a migraine? It's interesting. The word migraine, I say migraine, but I have heard people say migraine. So I say migraine. So it's possible migraine or migraine. Migraine or migraine. It's like the song, you say tomato, I say tomato, you say, okay. It's a bit like that. So have you ever had a migraine or migraine? Okay, very good. Now, do you identify the tense in these sentences? Of course you do. It's present perfect for experience. And we had here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different past participles. So identify the past participles here again and identify the past participles and what is the infinitive of the verb. Okay, so the first one, broken. What's the infinitive? The infinitive is break. The spelling B-R-E-A-K. Right, second one, same, broken, the infinitive break. Third one, seen. The infinitive is see. Fourth one, eaten. The infinitive is eat. Fifth one, driven. Notice driven, no, driven, driven. Infinitive, drive. Last one, had. Infinitive, have. Very good. Okay, we're doing very well. So I'm just going to put on some slides just to review the form and the use, okay, of present perfect. So here we go. So you've got present perfect for experience, you've got have or has, plus the past participle. Okay, so here's the past participle in blue, the auxiliary verb, have or has in red, okay? And I've put the the infinitive at the end for you as well. Okay, so we've got I have been on a roller coaster. This is an example of present perfect for experience. You don't know when. It's just at some point in your life. And the other use of present perfect is for something that started in the past and continues until now. So, for example, this phone. I've had this phone for about a year and a half, 18 months. I love my phone. Okay. I've had this ring for 2 years. So here, as you can see, you've got for 2 years, or alternatively, since 2016. 40 years since 2016. 40 years since 2016. Okay, so remember the difference in the use of for and since. Okay, so now we're going to do dictation number 2. Yes, lots of work today. So have your notebook and your pen ready. It's only 4 sentences, okay? Just 4 sentences. The first sentence is quite long, but sentence 2, 3, and 4, they're okay. All right? So are you ready? Right, the first one. My mother's lived in the same place for over 10 years. I'll repeat. My mother's lived in the same place for over 10 years. For over 10 years. Okay, whole sentence. My mother's lived in the same place for over 10 years. Okay, that's the long one done. Now, short one. Okay, I've had my shoes for over a year. I've had my shoes for over a year. Now, shoes, do you know what shoes? Wait, I was going to draw you a picture. One moment, please. Okay, so what are shoes? Here we are. This is my really bad drawing. Here we are, more or less. This is a shoe. Here, can you see a shoe? It looks like an ice skate. It's a terrible picture. Okay, here we are. That's better, I think. That's better. No, this is a shoe. Where is it? This is a shoe. Okay, so shoe. I've had my shoes for over a year. I've had my shoes for over a year. The spelling of shoes is S-H-O-E-S. Okay, are you ready for sentence number 3? All right, sentence number 3. I've been in this country all my life. 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 All my life. Okay, and number 4, last one. We have seen the film twice. We have seen the film twice. Twice meaning 2 times. Do you remember the spelling? Spelling is T-W-I-C-E. T-W-I-C-E. Okay. Right, so I'll just read them again so you can check. My mother's lived in the same place for over 10 years. I've had my shoes for over a year. I've been in this country all my life. And we have seen the film twice. Okay, I'm going to put the answers on now so you can check your answers, okay? Right, here we go. So my mother's lived in the same place for over 10 years. I've had my shoes for over a year. Sorry, I'll do that again. I've had my shoes for over a year. That means more than a year. I've been in this country all my life, my whole life. We have seen the film twice. Remember, twice means 2 times. Okay, just going to highlight some interesting things here. For example, right, so just have a look. I'm just going to highlight some information. So you see here the apostrophe S. Now, what is this representing here? What does it represent? The apostrophe S is not is not possessive, it is has, contracted. So you've got my mother's lived or my mother has lived in the same place for over 10 years. Okay. And, well, before we do that, I just want you to look at these sentences and think which ones are true or false for you. Okay, so for example, my mother's lived in the same place for over 10 years. For me, this is true because my mother has lived in the same house for 48 years. It's true. And I've had my shoes for over a year. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's possible. For over a year or maybe just a year. I've been in this country all my life. For me, this is not true because I'm from England, but I don't live in England. And we have seen the film twice. Well, it depends. It depends on the film. Okay. Right, so very good. That lots of information. Oh, yes. There is one thing. I want to put the sentences on again. And one of these sentences is present perfect for experience, not duration. So which one is it? Have a look again. Yes, it's we have seen the film twice. That is an example of present perfect for experience, not present perfect for duration from past to now. Okay? All right, excellent. So we did a lot in that class. Here is a reminder of what we've done. So we did vocabulary related to illness, use of should and shouldn't, present perfect for experience and duration, and we did 2 dictations. So well done. Very good. Thank you very much for joining me in this lesson. And I will see you in lesson 36. Okay, so have a very nice evening. Thank you very much. And I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye.